I'm at the McBride Gallery in Annapolis today, or in the month of June, one of their grand openings. And the gentleman you're looking at is David
DIAZ.
Diaz. And he's holding what seems to be a very interesting rendition of the Liberty Bell. You want to talk to us about how you came about creating this piece?
Well, I was in a Paint Annapolis, which is in a plein air painting competition, and a couple years ago. And I like to wander through town and find things that aren't typical in the town paintings of the historic buildings. And on the ground there was this bell that was a Liberty Bell, and it the shape was fine, but what I really liked was the hardware and stuff around it. So, but I knew I needed to keep a bell also to make it the thing it was. So I like the calligraphy of the pieces and holding the parts, the structure at the top, and then the bell devolves into just kind of ethereal shape and color below it. Because I just doing the shape of the bell did not take a picture of it, in my opinion, if you really want a picture of it.
Right.
But I don't do that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But when you look at things like that, what happens to your mind as an artist?
Let's see. Well, first I see it, what it is, and then I in my head I'm trying to figure out how can I make it something that is interesting for me to paint, and something that's not an image that's a postcard, which would be the worst thing, but also I want to create something that's completely different from it, that still has the feel of it, that makes people think about what's going on in the picture. Why did I do it? What is it for? And what is it? Some people looked at it and thought, is that a bridge? I actually had asked someone else, and they said, no, it's not a bridge.
Now, how long have you had this out? How long it took you, and how long has it been out?
It's been here, I guess it's a year and a half, something like that. How long did it take me to do it? Generally, I spend 2 hours. Now, I spend sometimes more sometimes just because I'm studying something a little bit more. I try not to, and some of them have more detail. And sometimes when I'm with another painting friend, I will we decide to have a challenge where we say, okay, if you're set up 1 hour, and so at the end of the hour we stop.
That's it.
But you can kind of get 5 minutes. Each of us could get 5 extra minutes to touch up something.
Yeah.
But it's a good experiment. It's a good study in doing something quicker. It might not be a final thing, but it teaches you to look faster and find the essence of it in your eye, in your mind, and put that down quickly before sun changes. And which is why when I'm even cleaning up from something, I leave it on the easel. So I can, after 10 minutes of cleaning up around me, I can look at it fresh, kind of. Because if you keep staring at it, all of a sudden, either you try to correct something or fix it, but then when you look at it fresh again, you think, well, that's right, or something does need change.
You're just like a writer, aren't you?
And I actually had art in English. Almost had a minor in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been an artist?
Full time for 21 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Right here in Annapolis.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired you to become, instead of doing the English, do the artwork?
I think I'm a more visual person.
Okay.
I think I don't mind sitting. I've done poetry. I've done little writings, but I think I'm more. And sometimes if it's a commission or I'm doing it for a specific thing, I'll write a haiku on the back of it, just for that person.
Right.
But I have been painting, though, even as a kid, all the time. And I knew that's what I want to do and what I am, even early. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there anything culturally that you like doing?
Cultural.
Like a reflection of your upbringing, your ancestors?
Oh, I have done. Okay, I have done some large. Hey, it's Jacqueline.
How are
Hiya,
you?
dear.
Good to see you.
Good to see you all.
I want to talk to you about Arlen sometime
Okay.
because I want to go.
Okay. I hope you do. So, I had done a couple things of my past. I had done a large piece, and it got into a show where it was the mill. It was a paper mill town, and it was just a street with a mill, kind of bleak. A couple people walking down, some homes on this side, and a kid walking up the street delivering papers, which I did in that town.
Okay.
So that kind of thing, just no one knows that who saw the painting.
It's
was
kind of
just,
nostalgic. Huh?
yeah, a bit of that. Yeah. Not that I mind getting away from if you've ever been to a paper town, it's a lot of breathing in heavy chemicals and just the whole smoke and but I mean, until things are cleaned up, it's pretty much the fact that you're happy you got out, but I wonder if that's what's keeping me alive. It's preserved me.
Yeah.
The chemicals in the air I breathe. And if I leave town, it's like Shangri-La. Oh God, I may die
Tomorrow.
maybe a painful death, but
Yeah. But you survived.
I did survive. I made it through that whole mix of, as kids do.
Yes.
Kids are resilient. Yeah, but yeah, it was a neat town to grow up in, but I knew I needed to be in this kind of situation. And it would never have occurred to me to stay in that town. I needed a bigger boundary line.
So you came out of that into
God, yes. I graduated from high school, went to college, and maybe came back on holidays. But my parents still live there, so I mean, not now, but they did. So I went back and visited them. But yeah, I just felt I wanted to move on to something where I could. And now you could do anything you want wherever you live. But I felt I needed to be in a more urban situation where there's a heavier culture in the arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I travel to Europe all the time too, because they nailed it way back before we were even moving around.
Well, it's good to see you here in Annapolis, and it looks as though great things are going to happen. They love you seemingly here.
It's great here, yes. And moving out from here, I can get to anywhere in the world within an hour to each airport in this time. So that's what I love about Annapolis and Cynthia's gallery. She just has an eclectic collection of artwork from artists around the world. So yeah,
You're happy.
I fell into a lucky place.
Yeah.
I feel.
It was nice talking to you.
It's nice talking and meeting you.
Sure. Thanks. Oh, good.